It is March 21st, Saturday, and welcome back to Locking Horns. March Madness is in full swing. The baseball season's starting up soon. The
Yes.
free agency in the NFL is passed, and it's been amazing. It's been crazy. It's been chaos, especially the Ravens
Chaos.
stuff, which we'll get to.
We love chaos.
And the World Baseball Classic just ended, and that was unbelievable. It was amazing. Um, so let's just jump right in, right? March Madness first round just ended last night. It was a great game. Or not a great game. It was a great 32 games. It was
Oh
fun
yeah.
to watch. How's it been?
I wouldn't say in that March Madness that there was like a relatively terrible game that you don't want to watch. I mean, there were games that were definitely blowouts, but even then it was you know, it was still fun to watch each time. It's probably the best month of the year when it comes to sports.
Of course.
The crowds are electric, the teams are hitting game winners, underdogs are winning, which you always like,
Yeah,
especially
and
me being from Philly, city of underdogs over here. Or I'm
city
not
of
from Philly, but
underdogs.
I'm a
All
huge
right,
Philly
so
fan.
let's just go right in, right? So first game I want to highlight, Ohio State TCU. That was the first ever game of the first game of the entire bracket. I had Ohio State winning. TCU pulled out the victory on a last second shot by Xavier Edmonds. And TCU pulled away the victory, 66-64. It was a good game. Hard to start your March Madness bracket with a loss like that, but
Yeah.
it was a good game and a good way to start.
Yeah, I had Ohio State winning that prior because um, I guess I just don't know college basketball that well.
Yeah,
I guess
me neither.
TCU is just like a dominant force, but for some reason they're the 9 seed. I don't know though for sure if
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, just
I
a
could be.
disclaimer, neither of us are that big like we don't
Yeah.
we don't really know that. We're not that tapped into college basketball. So
So
we'll uh we'll learn, we'll learn.
don't you worry.
Another game wasn't very good game, but I want to highlight it because it's my team. St. John's took a 79-53 victory last night. It's my team. We're gonna go play Kansas tomorrow night. Um, and I'm hype. I have us going to the Final Four, taking down Kansas, taking down Duke, taking down Michigan State. I think it's gonna be nuts. Uh, I'm ready.
Honestly, when you're looking at me and you, we're two of the most optimistic sports fans and probably a little bit biased sports fans you will ever meet. That's definitely something. I think I'm the more biased one out of the two. Uh, but when it comes to college sports, I don't really have one team that I'm a huge fan of. There's Penn State in there. There's Notre Dame in there. I know
I hate Notre Dame.
Penn State Notre Dame is a
Fuck Notre
long
Dame.
going rivalry in my area. Actually, it's a
Yeah,
big rivalry. Um, you also got Oregon because I like their uniforms. I'm a huge uniform guy. But when it comes to a game like St. John's in Kansas, St. John's in Northern Iowa, I should say, I don't know the two teams that well at
yeah.
all. No offense to you, St.
I
John's.
mean, I don't know Northern Iowa at all, but
Yeah, I don't
you
know
know,
who Northern
seeing
Iowa
the
is, but I,
Johnnies do
I
well, seeing
definitely chose
Zuby
St. John's
drop a
to
double
win.
double, 14 and 11, felt good. That
One
guy's
stat that
stud.
I one stat that I used a lot of was if they'd beaten top 25 teams this year. And
We beat UConn
looking at
twice.
looking at Northern Iowa, they did not, but St. John's did. And I think St. John's has a chance to go very far. We'll see what they can do. Kansas is definitely a tougher opponent, but it's definitely not out of their range.
Kansas is a good team. Kansas, I mean, I think it's Kansas, St. John's, Duke, Michigan State, I guess, and then UConn. I
Yeah,
mean, out of the East, those are the five.
those are the
I mean, I
East.
like UCLA, but I don't think they're gonna really do that much here.
UCLA. They beat UCF, which is a win.
Yeah,
I
a win's a
mean,
win, and
UCF
they're
is
gonna they're gonna they're gonna
yeah.
play UConn. I actually have UCLA pulling out the win in that game. Just seems like it.
I got
After
UConn in
watching.
my Final Four.
Yeah, I don't. I don't.
Yeah, I got UConn in my
UConn's
Final
not
Four.
good. I don't think UConn's that good.
I got UConn, Duke, Gonzaga, and Michigan. Michigan winning it all. If
I
you're
think St.
wondering,
John's and UConn are very evenly matched. Like, I think
it's
they're
not a that's not a bad pick there.
yeah.
Not
All
bad.
right. What's a game you want to bring to the table here?
Um, I mean, we could talk about let's go with this is a tough choice for me because there's so many. VCU and North Carolina. I know it's not the East, but my goodness,
Yeah.
North Carolina was supposed to be one of the teams that was a powerhouse. Somebody that, even though they're a 6 seed, they could still go pretty far.
Yeah.
And then they come in and they lay an absolute goose egg against VCU.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good game. That was one of the ones I was really dialed into and watching. I watched it at the local youth center. It was a good time.
I bet.
And it was a big one. Now, seeing North Carolina go down like that is kind of brutal. Like I think they're, I do think they're, I think they're a good
Bill
team. And
Belichick's new home.
VCU could really do some damage. Who are they playing next round? They're playing Illinois. I think Illinois is stacked.
Illinois got one of the best offenses in the country. People will disagree with me on that. They have one of the best offenses in the country.
Yeah.
They're dropping 85 to 100 points a game every week, every game. You know, it's impressive what they're able to do on offense. So.
Yeah, no, I think Illinois is there. I like Illinois. So I think there are two clear games that I really want to point out here.
Okay.
First of which is High Point pulling off the upset against Wisconsin. That was a great game. It was back and forth, and High Point pulling off the upset was unreal. Completely broke my bracket, but it was great.
I don't think there's a single person that I've met that got that pick right. I know so many people who are like, there's no way High Point's going to win this game. But Wisconsin, when they get into March, is like Aaron Judge when he gets into October. And no offense to you there as a Yankees fan, but it's just the truth. Aaron Judge is not good in October, and Wisconsin's not good in March.
He is good in October. Look at the stats, where the stats say he was good. People just say he was bad because he had one bad playoffs in 2024.
He's not been he's hit some good home runs.
Let me look at it.
But there's not been
look at Aaron Judge's October stats real quick.
A statement October clutch game, okay? And if it's not October, then we could just say he's not good in the World Baseball Classic. So,
he's not very good. In his last 40 playoff games, he's played 67. His last 40 games, 669 OPS. So I mean, not very good. I mean, it's not. I mean, I've seen worse, but it's not very good.
I've definitely seen worse. I've seen worse on the Phillies.
Nick Castellanos.
I mean,
gone.
Kyle Schwarber's good, but in October, I mean, he's good too. But everybody else, man, Bryce Harper at times, yeah, he could be good.
We'll get to Bryce Harper in a bit.
The worst one in October though is definitely Johan Rojas. He's just the worst one overall.
Yeah. All right. So
my some people that I know think that he's gonna have a breakout year, but no, he's already suspended.
The last game I want to point out, because this was the game of all of March Madness. This was it. This was an unbelievable game. I think you know what I'm going to bring up. It's going to be the University of Kentucky taking down Santa Clara 89-84 final in overtime. One of the most chaotic endings to a game you will ever see. I think it was 80-80. Santa Clara gets up there. They hit the game-winning three, right? Everybody's going nuts. They're going to pull off the upset. And Kentucky, from half court,
holds on.
Otega Owe sends it to overtime, and Kentucky routs Santa Clara from there. They take it by 5. Unbelievable game.
Yeah.
And, I mean, this is expect the unexpected in March, to quote Ian Eagle.
So I was at school during this game, so I was not able to follow it because I had some strict teachers that weren't letting me watch March Madness. I know.
Yeah.
Everybody in school has those teachers, but I'm in school and I'm walking through the hallways switching classes, and a kid is walking by me. He's like, Kentucky and Santa Clara are in overtime. I'm like, oh, dang. Okay, that's real. You know, it's a real game.
Yeah.
So I was not expecting much out of that game.
This one hurt me, by the way, because I put Santa Clara to get the upset in this game. So that was brutal.
I was expecting it to be entertaining, but I was not expecting that entertaining, you know?
It was unreal. A heck of a game.
That's why I actually don't like the NBA as much as I like college or high school basketball, though. Like, that's my personal opinion on basketball. I think lower level basketball is better because the NBA is just so high scoring that, like, scoring early on in the game just doesn't matter. But throughout the whole game in this game, every shot mattered, no matter where you were in the game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, the vibes were great. It was a great game. Now, I
Yeah.
think we've covered, the highlights of the first round. I
Yeah.
think
Uh, could I
there were
just
some
bring one
interesting
up?
games. What?
Could I just bring one up?
Bring one up. Do it.
One that made me very sad. Me and Isaac spent a week here, actually. Villanova lost to Utah State.
I had Utah State in this game.
I had
I had-
Villanova.
yeah, I mean,
Again,
it was
I'm
a good game.
totally not biased. They're definitely totally not my favorite team. No, 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 they would never be. No, no, no.
Jalen Brunson, go Knicks.
Well, you started in Philly, so.
The game that hurt me the most, by the way, was Virginia versus Wright State. And it was the 14 versus the 3, and I predicted Wright State to win, and they had a lead with like a minute to go, and then
Oh, that
Virginia
hurts.
completely crushed them in the last couple minutes, and it's kind of brutal. But
Yeah.
yeah, that is what it is. Okay,
All right,
so
well.
let me bring up some of the games that are today. I can give my predictions. There's not that many of them, right?
Vandy and Nebraska should be pretty good.
I mean, all these games should be pretty good. The
Yeah.
first game, St. Louis, Michigan. I think St. Louis is a very real team. Seeing them absolutely blow
Ooh.
out Georgia yesterday was nuts. So
Yeah.
I think they'll give Michigan the fight, and I do think Michigan is the best team in the country. So
I think so too. I
It's gonna
think
be-
Michigan's actually going to win it all. So, as much as I think St. Louis will have a solid chance in this game, it's Michigan.
Yeah.
All I need to
it's
say.
Michigan. It's Michigan.
It's Michigan.
It has to be Michigan. So what's next here? We got
We got Vanderbilt and Nebraska. That's one that I just
Vandy,
pointed out that I
Nebraska.
think should be
That's a
pretty
big
good.
game.
Yeah.
I've got a couple friends who are big time Vanderbilt fans. Nebraska yesterday winning their first, I think it was their first March Madness game ever, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. But I got Vanderbilt. I mean, I have Vanderbilt as an Elite Eight team and falling
Yeah.
to, I believe, Houston. So
I'd have to see my bracket again to see where I have Vanderbilt falling, but I do know that Vanderbilt is a solid team. I do think that Vanderbilt is going to have a good year. I think they're going to have a great March Madness from here on out. Obviously, they started off pretty well, beating where's the game? Oh crap! I don't have the games memorized. I'm sorry. Beating McNeese. Yeah, I forgot about. Yeah. By the way, McNeese. I saw McNeese's schedule, and I genuinely laughed at the fact that they're in this.
they put them in because they did it last year,
Yeah.
and they pulled
And
off the upset against
and the
Clemson.
conference rules and stuff.
Yeah.
But McNeese is not that good. They're not good at all. They didn't beat they had one top 25 team in their schedule and they got blown out. It was Michigan.
Yeah.
That was it. So, yeah. Vanderbilt should be a good one.
I got Vanderbilt in that one. Then you got Texas Gonzaga, which is interesting. I'm kind of regretting my pick of Gonzaga here because Texas looked real against BYU. They looked really good.
I still have Gonzaga going to the Final Four. I think Gonzaga is going to be a powerhouse. Okay,
I-
Texas. It's going to be a challenge. I think Texas is going to be good, but Gonzaga is going to take this in
So
my
I
opinion.
actually had BYU winning this game, but they fell in the first round to Texas. So
Yeah.
I have no stakes
This
in this
game is
game.
at
but I
today at
I think
7:10.
I'm going Texas. I'm going Texas. I'm going Texas.
Oh,
I'm going
okay,
Texas.
okay.
Give me the
I think
Longhorns.
Listen, I think Gonzaga is going to take this. This me talking right here could age so well, or it could age terribly.
Give me the Longhorns, baby.
This could be like one of my worst takes. This could be worse than me saying Jalen Hurts is a top 5 QB.
That was horrible. That was. I'll never forgive you for that.
Yeah, then he went on to have that season.
Yeah.
I still blame Kevin Petullo, by the way.
That was
I
a
will
he
never
was bad.
stop blaming Kevin Petullo.
All right, we'll see next
he
year.
was
We'll see
at
next year
fault.
when the Giants take the division.
Sean Mannion should be better.
Isaiah Likely winning Offensive Player of the Year. Okay, I think we've gone over March Madness. Now let's
All
get
right.
to the real meat on the bone. Okay, the World Baseball Classic.
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable, baby! It was great.
Oh yeah.
It was great.
The one thing that made me really sad was that America lost, but at least
I
Bryce
don't
Harper hit
mind.
a home run. By the way, I have my Harper jersey on right now, so
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
I I don't mind the U.S. losing. I was kind of watching it in a neutral point of view, and it was so great,
yeah,
right? There were so many great moments. Italy being the Cinderella team and the whole espresso
that was
stuff.
cool.
Um, the DR, like them running pool play, hitting. I think they set a record amount of home runs, and they did it in the first round only. It was crazy, and they were so much fun. Austin Wells got into the party. Go Yanks! It was awesome, right? Japan falling in the quarterfinals for the first time ever, not making the semifinals.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
what's another story? Obviously, Venezuela winning it all. They were just such a fun team.
they
And
were
obviously the
very fun team.
U.S. being so disappointing. And I want to go over the Venezuela U.S. thing. Um,
Okay,
you look at the teams, and I think Venezuela's a powerhouse. I think if Venezuela was an MLB team, they'd be the best in the league world, and it wouldn't be close.
I think you could say that about just about any World
I
Baseball
agree.
Classic
I
team.
agree. But I'm just saying that about Venezuela. So I don't want to put them down at all. But
Yeah.
but but you look at the two rosters, and the U.S. is on paper the best team ever assembled.
Oh my God.
So
I mean, you have players like Paul Skeens, Tarek Skubal, who quit in the middle of the bracket, Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Bobby Witt. All the modern superstars in this game were on USA, and Venezuela had players like Ronald Acuna, Fernando Tatis, who
well,
are
Fernando
great
was on the
players that
DR.
have kind of been quieter these last few years due to
Fernando was on
injury or
the
other
Dominican
reasons.
team.
What?
Fernando was on the Dominican team.
Oh, he was on the Dominican? I thought he was on Venezuela.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Not a big deal.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I
No.
could have sworn he was on Venezuela. My bad.
Yeah. No. But the the
I know
Venezuela's a
Acuna was on
great team.
Venezuela, though.
Venezuela's a great team. But the thing
Oh, yeah.
is that separates the U.S. is the U.S. team. They're so great, but this I think you can blame Aaron Judge for more than anything he did on the field. The
Yeah.
the clubhouse felt the clubhouse felt like a corporate thing. Like it felt like just guys getting together and trying and just doing this and they didn't really care. And that's what you
Yeah,
can
you could
blame Aaron
tell.
Judge for the lack of leadership of that team. Not him having a bad game in the championship.
Oh,
But
yeah.
but him as the team captain should step up because it didn't really feel that. Even when Bryce Harper hit the game tying home run in the eighth inning, I was losing my mind. It was unbelievable, right?
Bryce
But
Harper.
but it didn't feel like they really were into it compared to any other team like Puerto Rico,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Italy, like Venezuela, DR, Japan, like all these other teams
And
felt like they cared, but they were also having fun, and the U.S. felt like they were just I don't know. And
they were just there.
Venezuela, I mean, the guys on Team Venezuela were so into it. They were so dialed in. It was amazing, and
I mean,
it was
look
so
at
fun to see a team like that do well. Obviously, you hear the stories of like Ezekiel Tovar playing baseball with sticks and rolled up socks, and now he's doing this. It's great. It's so awesome,
yeah,
and I think the World Baseball Classic is great. And the best thing about it, the
yeah.
best thing about it, I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best thing about it, but one of the best things, it's a time machine because that sped up the 2 weeks heading into the MLB season like that. And that World Baseball Classic ended, and now we're 4 days away. We're
Oh,
full
yeah.
4 days away from opening day between the Yankees and the Giants. And baseball's back, man. Come on.
Oh my God.
It's
I
awesome.
I love that. To add on to your point, I don't want to just blame like the leadership on the team, like Paul Skeens, Aaron Judge, and all those guys. I want to actually blame somebody that was way worse than the leadership. Mark DeRosa.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
What are we doing? I mean,
What are you doing?
it ended up not mattering, but that's still
No, it did end
unacceptable.
up mattering because in the championship he had Mason Miller available.
Yeah. I mean, but to be honest, if we're being honest, Garrett Whitlock is a fantastic pitcher. I mean, I'd rather
He's a
Mason Miller
great
be out
pitcher, but
there.
Mason Miller is
Yeah, he's the best pitcher I've ever
on
seen.
fire in this
He's the best pitcher
baseball
I've ever
classic,
seen.
and you don't put him in.
But and it's not like he's like your only arm. Like you would still have Whitlock, you would still have Bednar. Like there are guys available.
Yeah, and it was like
It's kind of brutal.
it felt like every situation he put in the wrong guy though. Like there was something wrong with the pitcher that he put in. And not only was it the pitchers, but that Italy game might have been the worst managed game in baseball history. You have on paper, the best team in
They were
baseball
warming up
history,
Clayton Kershaw. Like what?
and I'm
Ryan
sorry,
Yarbrough, get on the mound, kid.
you don't start Bryce Harper. You don't start, who else did they not? They started Paul Goldschmidt, who I love Paul Goldschmidt. I think he's a great player. But he's not like somebody that should be starting in an elimination game over players like Bryce Harper.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear him like covering the stuff up about it not like him misspeaking. Like he thought it was they punched their ticket.
And he's not
And they
even a
could
real manager. He's not even a manager of an MLB team.
they should
He's
yeah,
an
I mean, I'd
analyst.
rather him manage my team than Aaron Boone.
Oh yeah, totally. But I think you had so many other options, like Don Mattingly, for example. Don Mattingly,
Oh,
Philly's batting coach now, but still
Dave
not batting
Roberts.
coach. What is he? Bench coach. Bench coach. Yeah, Philly's bench coach now. But you had Don Mattingly, who was like a million times better, and you could have used him, but no. I
Yeah.
don't know if he rejected or something, but something was wrong there. And I think managing was the big weak point for America over other things.
Yeah, there are a
Like,
couple things I do want to point out about like some of these guys who not on just the US, like all these teams that have really like made their name known, right? Like
yeah,
Ezekiel Tovar had a fantastic tournament. Um Fisher on Italy. I forget Andrew Fisher. I forget his first name. On Italy, he had a great tournament, and he might start getting offers. There is the Machado guy on Venezuela. That guy was throwing gas, 103 out
yeah,
of the
that
pen. He's a
Machado guy.
beast. And I am pissed that the Yankees are not calling his phone right now to get in the bullpen because
Oh,
the Yankees bullpen sucks.
yeah.
But it's been great. Obviously, I think the best moment of the whole tournament, without a doubt, is Puerto Rico, the walk-off home run by Daryl Hernandez in San Juan over Panama in the 10th inning. It was unbelievable. I was freaking out. It was insane, and it was great, and it was pandemonium in Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah. My personal favorite moment in the whole tournament was not one single moment, but the home run celebration that Italy had, the
Yeah,
espresso shots. That
yeah,
was awesome. And I think that's another thing that you can pan out to America being more like a business-like team. Because you look at Canada, they had the jacket. You look at Italy with the espresso shots. You know, every other team had a home run celebration. I didn't see that with America that much. You know, I didn't see them like celebrating home runs like the other teams did. You know, I didn't
they
see them
just
having
didn't.
as much fun.
They didn't have the fire. They didn't have the
They did
fire.
not.
Even teams like even a team like Japan or the DR, who had just as high as expectations as the U.S. They came to play and they were having fun. It was like kids playing in the
Yeah.
backyard, and the U.S.
And that's
just
what the
feels like
World
a
Baseball
corporate team.
Classic is. It's
It
really
does.
just a bunch of countries just having fun. And that's
Yeah.
what it should be. It shouldn't be something that's taken as seriously as, the Olympics, but it's definitely something that you should take seriously, but still have a lot of fun with, I think, if you're a player.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I don't. I'm kind of against the idea of moving it to the middle of the season, which people have been talking about, because I do like how it's like a time machine.
I don't
Um,
want that in the middle of the
it was
season at all.
awesome.
I
It was
think
so
you
good.
look at you look at how hockey did it with the Olympic break. I mean, you had 2 weeks of no hockey. I mean, you missed out on so many players that didn't make it too. It's like you get to see the players that made it, but then during spring training, they still have games there where you see maybe players that are prospects and stuff that when there's not a World Baseball Classic game on, you tune into a spring breakout game. You tune into one of those. You tune into something like that where there's prospects playing for a little bit, and then you watch the World Baseball Classic and you have even more fun watching that. It's like
Yeah,
it's a place where you're supposed to have fun and you can watch two types of baseball. That's what I love about it the most. You can watch spring training, which, by the way, I love watching spring training games. I don't care what anybody says. I think they can be boring, yes, but just the fact that it's in the spring, it's the first time you see baseball for the first time in how many months?
yeah. I mean, I like
There's so
watching a couple
many,
games, but
there's so much about it. I like when the colorful uniforms are in play.
yeah,
Like the Phillies just don't have their red uniforms anymore, and I just don't think it looks the same. But I think when you have two colorful uniforms on one field, it just looks so good. And I think it adds so much to the game. As much as I want to say it's like it's boring, I don't know, I just like it. There's something about it.
but yeah. I mean, all in all, we love the World Baseball Classic. It's the best,
Oh,
but I'm just waiting for baseball. I'm waiting for the Yankees. I'm waiting
Oh yeah.
to be able to go home after school, after, doing whatever I do after school, sit down and watch the Yankees for 3 hours and live and die with that team. And it's back. I love this has been such a
Oh
long
yeah.
off season, especially for me as a Yankee fan. I mean, I think you can agree because both of our teams didn't really do anything other than
Oh
re-signing
yeah.
players. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
what the Phillies' biggest offseason move was Adolis Garcia, right?
I
So,
mean, that's not a terrible move actually.
I
People are
mean,
gonna say
is
he's
he really
not good.
that much better than Castellanos? I don't think so.
I think he will be
I think
better
he's better,
defensively.
but I don't think
Like
he's that
I'll
good.
tell you, defensively, Nick Castellanos was so bad.
Yeah,
Like it was so painful to watch him on any defensive play and be scared that he's not going to catch something, you know?
yeah,
So now I have that bit of assurance. Now, at the plate, is he going to be perfect? No. Is he going to be good? Maybe.
maybe, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But no matter what, I'm going to have fun watching it. As long as they aren't like 2-26 in the first like
Well, I'll give you a little spoiler. I have the Phillies winning the division again, so
I think the Mets, even though they've improved, are
I don't
not
think so. I
that
think I
good.
think the Phillies are the best team. I mean, you,
Because you
you
lost like your best player. You lost Alonso. He was that leader in the clubhouse.
yeah.
And I don't
So
care what you say. Lindor's great, McNeil's great, Nimmo's great, but Alonso was the guy that tied it all together, you know?
yeah, I mean the Mets. I mean, we're gonna go over on the Mets on Monday, where we're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
do our podcast talking about it.
Oh yeah.
But this is the exact thing that I had a problem with last year. What they did, right? Last year, the issue, the same issue that Team USA is to kind of link it together. It felt like a corporate, it felt like a job, right? None of these
Yeah.
guys felt like friends, and I'm not saying they have to be friends,
Oh yeah.
but there was just no connection between these guys, right? And if you want to build an environment, if you want to build a team chemistry thing, you don't do what the Mets did.
You don't just pay a
You
bunch of
don't
money.
you don't lose these guys. You don't lose Alonso, McNeil, Nimmo, and Diaz are all gone. And now they bring in Freddie Peralta, Luis Robert, Marcus Simeon, Bo Bichette, and Luke Weaver, Devin Williams. It's a chaotic offseason, and I think they're going to be better. But I think the people that are falling for the Mets trap for the second year in a row, they're not going to be that
Or
good.
really?
They'll squeak into the playoffs at best. That's it.
Yeah. Maybe not even squeak in. I mean, there's like it's like the Cowboys every year. You know, they think they're going to be good. The only difference is because they've made the NLCS and the Cowboys have not made the championship in so many years. But it's like that where you have that hope, but it's kind of like a false hope, you know?
Yeah, I mean it. Yeah, and talking about the NL East is so interesting this year because I think there are four teams that are really competitive. Like Washington's not going to be good. Not Washington's not going to be good. Even though
Washington actually wasn't too bad last year.
I think they're the second worst team in the league. Like I think they are only ahead
They have
of
some good
Colorado.
prospects. James
Yeah,
Wood,
but they
James
lose
Wood
out. They lose a guy like Mackenzie Gore, who was responsible
true.
for what 15 wins last year, right?
Yeah,
Like
that's gonna suck.
that rotation is
And
horrible.
then the
So
Atlanta Braves, I mean, you don't know who they are. You
yeah,
just don't know. They could be
I'm start. By the way, I'm starting to think they might have slipped something into Jerks and Profar's drink, so they don't have to pay his
oh
contract.
my god.
There's no way they want. Like, there's no way someone could be that stupid to do that
Oh
again.
yeah. All
And
right.
now the Braves are not to be a conspiracy theory, but the Braves now don't have to pay $15 million for a guy who wasn't great last year. I'm just saying.
Oh my. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. And even when he took steroids and was suspended for it and all that stuff last year, he just didn't look good.
Yeah. And I mean the whole
Real.
team was off, but um the Braves I think they can be good. I think they might again they'll
Yeah.
be vying for a playoff spot. I think the Mets are better. I think the Phillies are better. And I think the Phillies, which when I usually just think about the Phillies, I think about an older team that's doors closing.
Oh yeah, for
But
sure. I
which
think
is true, but looking at a team, they're still good, right? Trey Turner had a
yeah.
career year last year, and I don't think people are talking about that. Like he
I
had a
I
fantastic
agree
year.
with that one entirely. People keep saying that Trey Turner, he wasn't good in October. He's had a bad spring this year. He's going to leave off where he left off. He was the batting champion last year.
He was really good.
He was the player that had the most hits in the MLB last year.
He was great, and I think he'll be an anchor in the lineup. I think Bryce Harper, despite with what Dombrowski says, I think he's still a great player, right? I
Oh,
mean, is he 2021 Bryce Harper? No, no,
no.
he's not. But I mean, he's a very good player. He's still gonna be like at worst, the floor is an 870
All right.
OPS, which is still great. Um,
I'm gonna say this now about Bryce Harper. I think we're looking at one of Bryce Harper's best seasons,
do you think? You
period
think
this year.
he's
Maybe not 2021,
out for blood?
2015 like, but it's gonna be up there. It's not gonna be like something like the best thing you've ever seen, but it's gonna be better. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
One thing that I've seen from Bryce Harper is even though that World Baseball Classic wasn't great, throughout the spring, he's looked calmer. He's looked a lot more like the Bryce Harper that we used to see. He's taken a lot more pitches. He's trying to walk more. He's relaxing at the plate, and he's doing a lot more to draw more walks and force pitchers to throw strikes at him. Because when you look at Bryce Harper last year, there's no player in the MLB that has seen more pitches outside of the zone than Bryce Harper.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
mean,
true stat,
he's a good
and it's
player.
not even close either.
And I
You have
think the
players like
Phillies,
Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge, and yet Bryce Harper's the one that's seen the least
look,
pitches
I
outside the
I
zone.
think if we can see a healthy Zach Wheeler, like after when he comes back, which the
I think we're
timetable
in
has
April.
been really vague about what, like it could be May, it could be August, like
I'm
we
hearing
don't know.
April. I'm hearing
You're
April.
hearing April, yeah. So I mean, it could be anything with this guy, and if he can be Zach Wheeler, which we know, I mean,
Oh,
I
you
think
think
he's one. I
I
mean,
oh,
he's Hall of Fame arguable, right? Like this guy is
arguably
arguably, right? I mean, he has been
he might
great.
be
And
the
I
best
mean,
player of
look,
all time to not
No
win a Cy Young.
Cy Youngs, but
He might be the
deserved.
best player not to win a Cy Young. Every year that
Nolan Ryan didn't win a Cy Young, so
he's been he oh Nolan Ryan didn't win a Cy Young.
never did.
Oh my
Fun
God,
fact.
what?
It's ridiculous.
How did I not know this?
Yeah,
There's
seven no
so
hitters
many
too.
stats that I just don't know.
It's kind of weird.
Right? Like you'll be able to say like the most random thing, and I just won't know what it is, and it should be obvious.
Yeah. So okay, but look, I think if you can, I think the Phillies rotation will be good. Obviously, Zach Wheeler, heck of a player. Christopher Sanchez is only going to build on what he did. Losing out on Ranger Suarez sucks, but I think Andrew Painter can be a
Oh,
stud. Um, I mean,
Painter's
Taiwan
disgusting.
Walker is not going to be that bad. I think he can be a good
He'll
five
be
guy in your
if
rotation.
his splitter's on. If his splitter's on point
And I
with all
think
his other
Jesus
pitches,
Luzardo's
I
a
think that
stud.
he'll be
I think
great. But
Jesus Luzardo's a stud. So
oh yeah, it just depends on if Luzardo is going to be tipping his pitches again this year. That was a big issue with him last year, but I don't think it should be a huge issue. We'll see what happens there. It'll be interesting, but yeah. Want to move on?
let's move on. Let's move on.
All right.
Uh,
So
so
I
let's
have a
go.
segment that I want to do.
Okay.
All right. So me and Isaac last year, we were at a camp in Villanova, and we went to a game. It was an overnight camp. So we went to a game one night of the camp in Wilmington, the Wilmington Blue Rocks, it was. And I want to call this a new segment that I like to call Minor League Spotlight, where we spotlight minor league teams, players, branding for minor league teams like alter egos and stuff, and just small things about minor league baseball that maybe you don't know, and just some fun tidbits and stuff that people don't see very often. Because minor league baseball is one of the best things in sports. I don't care what anybody says. I love the creativity of it. I love the silliness of it. And even though people might not take them seriously, it's still a lot of fun to watch. And it's still a lot of fun to see what teams come out with, some of the uniforms. I personally have bought a few now. I have two Iron Pigs uniforms, two Iron Pigs hats, and this Blue Rocks hat. Isaac, you remember when I bought this at the
Yep.
camp, right?
Yeah, they're high A for Washington, right?
Yep, Washington, and we saw them face Hudson Valley, which is where you're from, actually.
Yeah, that's my local team. So
So this is Mr. Celery on the hat. He is a mascot for the Wilmington Blue Rocks, and I've looked into him a little bit now. So if you remember when I talked to Mr. Celery during the game, right?
yeah.
I looked into him. So who is Mr. Celery according to this article right here? That question's easy to answer. He's a anthropomorphic. Oh my God, anthropomorphic.
Anthropomorphic. Yeah.
Okay, I suck at pronouncing that, but adult human-sized piece of celery who has been a staple of Wilmington Blue Rocks games since 2000.
2000. He's been
2000, yeah.
kicking it for a quarter century now.
So, whenever the team scores a run, he emerges from the dark depths of Frawley Stadium, their stadium, and engages in a frenetic celebration as Blur's song number 2 blares. You know, the woo-hoo song.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
that one?
yeah.
Yeah, that was terrible out of key, but yeah. There was an interview with him. Looks like the director of community affairs was involved. But what I'm trying to find is, all right, I know how he was found, mainly. So the Blue Rocks, I've read into this a little bit. Around 1999, 2000, they were in the streets of Wilmington, and they saw a costume of a celery in a dumpster.
Yeah.
Okay? And that costume, well, was Mr. Celery. So they were like, we can't let this go to waste. So they pulled it out. They refurbished it a little bit, cleaned it up, and they had him go to one of the games, and now he's a staple. And it's really cool to see. This is the hat that they made for their, what's it called? Their Spanish heritage ones, Copa uniforms. This is the back of the hat. It got a cool logo there. But yeah, this is just our little minor league spotlight.
Yeah,
a little thing.
Tidbits, sports tidbits.
Also, shout out to the GOAT, Alexander Vargas, who we met at that game.
Isn't he?
We still talk about him to this day. I actually saw him at MLB The Show.
Let's see where he is. I think he was on a different team.
He's in Cincinnati now. I've looked it up. He's in Cincinnati. He's a former Yankees prospect.
Yep.
Did not really work out great in New York, but he was part of Red spring training, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do with Cincinnati. Maybe he'll get called up
for the guy. 0 for 3 this spring.
By the way, Alexander Vargas had one of the best plays we've ever seen at shortstop, right, Isaac?
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
That was
was it a double?
It wasn't a double play.
Zinger over to short, hit a diving play, got to his feet, threw a dart to first. Great play.
Oh yeah,
great play.
Oh yeah, great play. Okay. We interacted him with a little bit. I asked him if he puts ketchup on his hot dog. He said, I think he said no, or no, he said yes to that. But it was a fun game. So, yeah, that's just my little segment, minor league spotlight. What do you want to move over to, Isaac?
Well, I mean, I think we move on to the third biggest thing in sports right now, which is the National Football League free agency.
Oh,
it's been awesome. And we can include some trades in this. But seeing what's happened is unbelievable.
I think there's an obvious one that we're going to point out at some point here.
We will, yeah. So let's start at this. We've got a list up here. And the first one is going to be Jalen Phillips, edge rusher. Your guy came from Philly, and he moves over to the Panthers on a 4-year, $120 million deal. They gave him a bag.
I'm depressed about this.
It's a big move.
I, as an Eagles fan, I want to hate this move a lot. I just want to say, hey, this guy's been injured too much. But genuinely, last year, he was amazing. He was sensational as an Eagle. Did not have too many injury concerns as an Eagle, but you never know what can change there.
Yeah.
For some reason, when Eagles players come to Philly, they don't get injured. Hopefully, I'm not jinxing that, but it's just a thing. Saquon Barkley was one of those examples, players like that. But Jalen Phillips was great last year. He was a beast, had some amazing plays. His first game against Green Bay, I think, was one of his best games of his whole career. And we'll see what he can do with Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, I think this move really solidifies Carolina as a real team. And obviously, their entire season and their entire next couple of seasons is going to rely on Bryce Young taking that step up. And we kind of thought we saw it last year, right? He showed glimmers of being a great player.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was too inconsistent, right? I'm looking at Jalen Phillips' stats right now. He's 26 years old.
He was pretty good.
Let's see here. So last year, 5 sacks. Looks like he had I'm sorry. That's not last year. No, that is last year. 53 tackles, 5 sacks. Yeah, he looked good, man. And he's a good player. And it's a good pickup for them. Maybe a slight overpay, but I think it's going to really help a defense that struggled 2 years ago. They took a good step up last year. And now I think they can be a really real team. I've been a Bryce Young believer, so yeah.
So we're talking about the best signings. Why don't we talk about one of the worst ones? Tua. For the Dolphins mainly. The Falcons, this is a great signing for them.
I think it is
As
too.
as bad as Tua is now, you're getting a quarterback for free.
Yeah.
That is what you're getting. Tua Tagovailoa is being paid by the Dolphins, I believe entirely paid by the Dolphins, actually, because they just released him. So this is $99 million in dead cap space.
It's nuts.
It's
It's nuts, and it sucks for them. Obviously, they made the move they made at quarterback is fantastic that we're gonna get to probably next.
Malik
But
Willis is.
yeah, it's a great move, and I love Malik Willis. I've loved him since he came into the league with Tennessee. But with Tua, I think it's a great move for Atlanta. It's a essentially no risk, high reward thing. You put a quarterback competition in there with Michael Penix. I think Penix is better. Two lefties, by the way.
Yeah.
But
It
I
could end
mean,
up being one of the worst or one of the
I
best
think
QB
Atlanta
rooms.
with solid quarterback play can be a very good team.
Yeah, as
Um,
long as they can keep it consistent,
if one of
not
those
turn
guys
the
can
ball
take the
over too
step up.
much.
I'm not
Throw.
totally out on Tua. I'm not saying
Oh,
he's
same
done.
here. Same
I
here.
think
I
he can
think
be
he
a
can
good
have
player.
potential. I just think last year he needs a refresh. That's what he needs.
Yeah.
This Dolphins team, it's kind of getting stale every year. Tyreek Hill, throwing fits every week. It's just not an ideal situation especially after Tyreek Hill tore 3 ligaments in his leg, and
Yeah.
smiled while going off the field, which was crazy.
Yes. It's so good. So funny.
And just remember this: Isaac is a Bills fan,
I'm a Bills fan.
so he is being very, very nice to the Dolphins right now. He could be
I'm a
way
Bills fan.
worse.
I hate the Dolphins. But I
Yeah, so
can be unbiased, right? Okay.
yeah, and he's
But
being unbiased.
now Malik Willis. I love this for Miami. I think this
Oh
is
my God,
so
yeah.
great. I don't care about how much money. I do not care. This
Oh,
guy, I think he's a
this guy
top.
has a
My hot take is that I think he's a top 20 quarterback in the NFL.
he could be.
And he hasn't
Could be.
started in a couple years, but I think he is really
I
that
mean,
good.
he played for the Packers last year pretty
Yeah.
well.
And how
Like, he
many
was
times
pretty
did we
good.
see Jordan Love go down with an injury these last couple years? And Malik
And we
Willis
saw
comes
it.
in and
I
steps
saw it
up.
live in Brazil.
Yep, live in Brazil,
It
Sao Paulo,
was
because the
Yeah,
turf
it
is like
wasn't like a
weird.
big sample size at all, and he didn't look great in that game, but that was because it was like 2 plays.
Yeah,
But,
but I mean,
he did come into that game, and the next week he looked great, so we'll see what, Malik Willis can do for Miami. I think it'll be a
it's
great
great.
signing.
I'm giving that. I
I
mean, I
think
know we're not giving grades right now, but that's
yeah.
an A plus. I mean, I think he's a
I
great
think
player.
I think Miami's gonna have one of their best seasons that they've had in years.
Yeah,
Isaac, I know you're probably not scared of
I
this,
don't
but
think
you're
so.
probably like, you know,
I don't think they're. I mean, I think they'll be.
a little
I
bit,
don't
a
know.
little bit.
I can't. I like maybe they'll be better than last year, but I
Yeah.
can't say they're gonna be that
I
great.
can't take them seriously either, though. They're just never been like that good. Plus, you never know what injuries can do, and they've been one of the most injured teams in football.
Okay, so
Um,
now I think we should talk about the big thing,
the elephant in the room.
the big thing, the elephant in the room,
Um,
the Baltimore Ravens, baby.
yep.
The
All
Baltimore
right.
Ravens.
Oh God, I actually don't like what they did here.
I hate what they did. I
I
hate
agree.
what they did. I mean, it's
I
legal.
think
It's
there's 2
unethical,
reasons
though.
why I don't like it. The one reason is that Max
Let's actually
Crosby
pause. Let's
is
for people that don't know. Let's just say what happened.
all right.
Right.
Okay, sorry, my bad. We're jumping into this immediately.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the Baltimore Ravens, early in the offseason, traded for Max Crosby. They gave up 2 first-round picks, but then out of
Enormous trade.
absolutely nowhere.
Enormous trade.
By the way, I'm just outside. I'm listening to a high school basketball game. I check my my notifications. I see that the Ravens backed out of the trade.
Nuts.
And me and my dad and everybody around me were like, this is fake news, right? I check Instagram, and it's the first thing that comes up. The Raiders themselves post it. So that's how you know it's real. Max Crosby trade did not happen. It might not ever happen, depending on what the Raiders can do here. Raiders fans are mad about this, and Ravens fans are very mixed because
I would be pissed. And let me tell you the real reason that it's bad, right? Oh, and to finish it off, the Ravens ended up signing Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, they
for
ended
a
up signing
huge
Trey
contract,
Hendrickson,
and
which I think is actually a downgrade. I think it's a downgrade.
It is a downgrade, but also you don't have to give up 2 first-round picks. Look, so
Crosby's younger. I think he just has more potential in the future, and I just think that this signing as a whole is not really what you want if you're a Ravens fan. I know it's 2 first rounders, but the Ravens are not good at drafting. They've never really been great at drafting players. Lamar Jackson is one of those guys that they've drafted, but they haven't really drafted much around Lamar Jackson. And that's the big issue. A lot of those players around him are free agent signings. Zay Flowers is one that they've drafted, but there's just not really any great players on that team besides that. So I think it would be worth it to give that up for such a great player that's generational like Max Crosby.
Yeah, I mean, look, the thing about it is, in reality, the trade went through, and the whole stuff about him failing the physical, I don't want to hear it because every NFL player fails their physical,
It's just like Carlos
every
Correa.
single one, right? And what they did is the Ravens got cold feet. They backed out of the trade because they see a guy like Trey Hendrickson, who's still a fantastic player, but you don't have to give up first round picks. And they
It's
backed out. And the
frowned upon
worst
move.
part about the trade is that the Raiders, they signed Kwity Paye as Max Crosby's replacement. They've done all these things because they thought he was going to get traded. And now you have Max Crosby, and you've completely hamstringed the Raiders entirely. And if they can't get this trade off, they are screwed.
Yeah.
That's the bad part about it.
And it's just like it's not really fair towards the Raiders at all. I think they need to reevaluate what they are doing here, the Raiders. I think they need to trade Max Crosby to the Eagles. First of all, I think that's a very key, important thing that they got to do. Trade him to the Eagles.
I'll give
Haley,
a second,
we'll take
a
him
second and a
gladly.
third for Max Crosby. Come to Buffalo, bro.
Yeah. No. Trade him to the Eagles. We'll gladly take him. We'll treat him well. Don't worry. You look how we treated Saquon. We treated him great. So, come on over to Philly, Max. Let's go.
No, I would.
Let's have a ride.
I would. I don't know if I'd give up 2 first round picks for Max Crosby.
I wouldn't do for 2 first rounders. Maybe a second.
I'd give up a first and a second, though.
First and a second, yeah, that'd be doing it. If it's a first for another team like the Eagles have a lot of, I think it'd work.
I mean, I get it. I understand.
Howie
why the
Roseman's the
Ravens
best
did
GM
it,
in
but
football.
it's just awful. Now, I want to segue. The Eagles, another trade. There are trade talks involving the Eagles with AJ Brown, and this is big, right? I mean, it seems, and now you can really get into this, but they were talking. It looked like it was Rams and Patriots that AJ Brown was going to go to, but now it's looking like it's just a stalemate between the Eagles and the Patriots, and it's looking like that's what's going to happen. Is that what you're seeing here?
Oh God, this, my friend, is a mess. This whole situation has been a pain to listen to. AJ Brown this, AJ Brown that, AJ Brown this, AJ Brown that. I don't care. I don't care what they do with AJ at this point. Just do something. I don't care if you rework his contract. I don't care if you trade him. Just do something to make the media happy so that they can shut up about it. All right, that's my personal opinion. Now, I think AJ needs a refresh. I think that's something that he will need. So I think it would be better to trade him more than anything. It just makes me really kind of mad that the Eagles fleeced the Titans to get this great wide receiver. He's good for 2 years, and then all of a sudden now he's just this guy that complains about everything. And I don't blame him for complaining about last year because Kevin Patullo sucked, and it was all Kevin Patullo's fault.
Yeah.
Everything about that team was Kevin Patullo's fault. Nothing was Jalen Hurts's.
Yep.
We all know this. We've gone through this a million times.
Yep.
I'm not biased at all.
Yep.
Go Birds. But I'm looking at AJ Brown. Last season was not bad for him. People will say this, and by his standards, last season was bad. But look at 2021. 869 yards, 13.8 average. Last season, he had less average yards per play and had less touchdowns, but he still had 1,000 yards. That's the one thing that I look at.
Look, I think I'm looking at what they are saying the Eagles want. And if the Eagles are going to stick to this, the trade's not happening, right? You're looking at a team who wants a first, a second, and another player, or what it says here is a Quinnen Williams type deal. So first, second, and a player. Some reports suggested a 27 first, a 26 second.
And here's the thing, you also don't know what player,
which is unbelievable. If I'm the Patriots, I am not even considering trading a first round pick for AJ Brown. No
It,
universe I'm trading a first round pick for AJ
it
Brown.
really feels like it's kind of like they are really just saying this, the media right now. It's just kind of like they're saying all this stuff. Like I've heard a lot about it, and I think a lot of it is true. But some of the things that are being said, like there was a report that the Eagles are not accepting trade offers for AJ Brown anymore. Then there was a report that they are again, and it's just like it's a big fat mess, and they got to do something with it. I honestly, if they trade him, they trade him. If they don't, they don't. Whatever happens, I think it will benefit the team because I think AJ will be happy with this new offense,
Yeah,
in
I
my
mean,
opinion.
it,
Sean Mannion,
at this reported
Sean
asking
Mannion
price, I'm
is
not
a
sniffing that trade if I'm New England.
I think Sean Mannion is a 100% a better offensive coordinator than Kevin Patullo. And I think actually AJ was not mad at Jalen. He wasn't mad at Sirianni. He was mad at the offense, mad at how they were playing, not at how, how the players are, but just at how they're playing, as a team. He wasn't mad at himself. He wasn't mad at anything else, at the team,
Yeah,
for not playing up to the standards that they should be. And I think that's understandable. I think every player had that. It's just that AJ was the one that talked out more in the public, and I think that's what it was.
yeah.
And
Okay,
people will
so
keep saying that he's mad and that that he just doesn't want to be here. It's just that they didn't play up to standards, and I think that's what it is. When you don't play up to standards, you're bound to get players that aren't going to be happy. Look at
yeah,
Tyreek Hill.
yeah,
It's the basics. It's
yeah.
just how
Okay,
football works.
no, I mean, I think AJ Brown is a good player, right? I think AJ Brown is. I think he'll succeed wherever he is. I think he'll be a valuable player.
Yeah.
Um, but as it is, if the reports are true, the deal's not getting done.
No.
That's it. That deal's not. It's not gonna happen.
They gotta add something
And
else into that
the
deal.
stuff I've been hearing makes it seem like it's it's New England or bust, right? The Rams seemed like they're kind of out of it, and it was those two teams. So
I would not want him to go to the Rams either because they're an NFC
I
team,
think
and I
that would
don't
be
want.
ridiculous if the Eagles
I
traded him to
want.
the Rams. I think
I
he's your
want them to
biggest.
trade him to an
The
AFC
Rams
team.
are the Eagles' biggest rivals by a lot.
Biggest rivals?
Well,
I
no,
would
well,
say
not.
that.
I'm sorry, biggest competition.
Biggest, yeah, competition. There we go.
Yeah,
Because I would not say they're rivals at all. Actually, I don't think they hate each other that much. I mean, Jared Verse hates Philly fans, but that's about it. I
I
hate
hate
Jared
Philly
Verse
fans
too.
too. All right. Another free agent signing that was big, which was a really interesting move that I really liked that happened was Tyler Linderbaum, the record contract to the Las Vegas Raiders. I think it was 3 years, 80 million. Is that what it was?
Yep,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
I mean, or 3 years, 81 million. So
Linderbaum. That's a big one.
it's a great move. I
Definitely helps
really
the
like
Raiders.
that for a guy because it's very obvious the Raiders are just they really want to set Fernando Mendoza up for success and getting
Mhm.
this to protect him. I think it's great. And I really want Fernando to succeed. I love Fernando. I think he'll be a heck of a player if he
Oh
can
yeah,
if he can be behind a good team.
for sure. And I think that starts with the Raiders with getting an offensive line like Linderbaum. But I also think that one thing you have to do is get a wide receiver. You have a running back in Ashton Genty, though you never know what he could be. I think Ashton Genty is going to be great, even though he didn't have the best season last year.
Yeah,
He was a rookie. He has to adjust, and he did
as well
not
as
have an
behind a
offensive line.
now it's a better offensive line that he'll
It
be
is a
running
better
into.
offensive line. So I think Ashton Genty could have a great sophomore year. I think with Fernando, if for whatever reason he doesn't end up going to the Raiders, I'd be surprised.
It's not gonna happen. He'll be a rookie.
It's not going to happen, but you never know because football, teams do stupid things. They could draft somebody stupid like Dante Moore or something. I don't know.
Well, not this year.
Oh
He
yeah,
got in the
Dante Moore's not
draft.
available. You're right. Sorry.
That was
Yeah,
bizarre. That whole situation was crazy.
yeah.
Nuts.
I forgot about that. My bad.
God, I cannot imagine. Like, if you really think
Yeah,
about it, like, I cannot imagine being a Jets fan.
yeah,
It's awful,
yeah.
brutal. All right. Um,
All right.
yeah, no, Fernando's gonna be good. Genty's
Yep.
gonna be good. And David, or I'm sorry, Linderbaum's gonna be good. So
Oh yeah.
in that, yeah,
By the way, the Eagles signed Hollywood Brown.
I saw that.
Good for
That's a nice
them.
pickup. I like him. I like Hollywood for like as like a number 2, 3 guy. I
I
like
love
him.
that. That's the instant reaction to it. It's
It's a nice
just,
pickup.
oh yeah, that's a good pickup.
It's a
That's
good
pretty
pickup.
good. Pretty good.
Pickup. Why is it
Yeah,
not? Is it
I
not a
mean,
good
it's
pickup?
like,
It's a good pickup.
yeah, but it's like
I mean, I'd want them to do more, but
I'm nervous that if AJ Brown doesn't get traded, I'm nervous about him and AJ on the same team. I
yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I'm
I
nervous
mean,
about that. Tariq Woolen's gonna be pretty good for the Eagles, and who was the other guy they got? I forget.
yeah. So I want to bring up what my team has done now that you've brought that.
All right. Okay.
Buffalo Bills have had a good offseason. Like I think they're one move away from me feeling satisfied. So first off, they re-sign their center Connor McGovern to a very team-friendly contract, which makes me feel great.
Connor McGovern from my area, by the way.
I think you told me about that. But yeah, that's a great pickup for them. I really like bringing him back. We lost out on David Edwards to free agency, not a big deal. We traded Taron Johnson, got a the first overall pick in the 6th round for that, which I'll take. But we've done some things, right? If you look at the numbers last year, the Bills had a horrible defense, an unacceptably bad defense.
Yeah.
And now you're losing out, right? Obviously, Jordan Poyer's leaving, Tre'Davious White's leaving, Matt Milano's probably leaving.
Tre'Davious White was not
He
great
wasn't
though.
that. I mean, he was actually good in the second half. His first half was
Good in
horrible.
the second half. I mean, I guess yeah.
Yeah. But they've brought in a guy. They've brought in 4 main guys.
Okay.
2 of them, or one
Yeah.
of them, I'm very happy about, and I'll say that one first. Bradley Chubb, who is an older
Oh, that's
guy,
good.
and it's a rental. It's kind of like the Von Miller and Joey Bosa moves,
That's
which didn't end up working out that well. But
good.
I think Bradley
Bosa-
Chubb is a very good edge rusher. He can play linebacker. He's a good player, and I really like that addition to this team to team up
Should end
with
up going well.
Greg Rousseau on the edge. Secondly, the next best pickup, which you will be able to speak on, is C.J. Gardner-Johnson coming to the Bills.
Oh,
And
okay.
we had a really bad safety situation last year, and then you lose
Yeah.
out on our starting safety in Jordan Poyer. DeMar Hamlin's not going to come back, and coming into this offseason, it was Jordan Hancock was the starting strong safety. And if you watch the Bills-Jaguars playoff game, as soon as Poyer went down with that injury and they put Jordan Hancock in that game, the Jaguars were attacking.
Yeah.
They were abusing Jordan Hancock, and he's bad. And we've given him chances in Buffalo. He's bad. And picking up a guy like C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who's an explosive safety, he's a boomer bust guy, right? He's gonna miss tackles.
Exactly.
He's
That's what
gonna
I was
give up
about to
big
say,
plays.
yeah.
But he
He could either
Yeah.
be the best safety in the NFL, or he could be one of the worst in the NFL, and there's no in between on that. That's the big issue with him. But when he's on, he's on. He does intercept the ball a lot. He does like to do that.
Yeah. he
Pick
hunts for the big plays.
He does like that, like big play Slay, similar to that type of player, but he's not. But he's a safety. Slay was not.
Yeah.
The
Former
one
Bills
thing about
legend,
CJ that
Darius
I
Slay.
like a lot is that he's a big hitter. He does hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
That does come with downsides. Obviously, there's penalties. I'll tell you though, I know this is unrelated, kind of, but one of my favorite CJ Gardner-Johnson memories is an Eagle. Okay.
Got his ankles broken by Jaden Reed.
No. Okay, so Washington Commanders versus Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles lose this game. They did end up losing. It was the Super Bowl winning year.
Yeah, I know what
And
you're talking about. That was the game Heineke started. Or not Heineke. Did I say Heineke? What's his name? Pickett.
Pickett did not start that game. Hurts got injured early on.
Oh, okay.
Hurts was actually having a really good game too, but then he got a concussion from a pretty dirty hit by Louvu. By the way, I don't like Frankie Louvu at all. But back on topic to what I was talking about. In this game, C.J. Gardner-Johnson got into an argument, but there were no like punches or anything thrown. No, there was a punch thrown, but by the other team.
Yeah.
So when this happened, a flag was thrown, obviously, because there was a fight, and it was a personal foul, and CJ was ejected from the game when he didn't even throw a punch.
Yeah.
And the flag was thrown actually before the first punch was thrown. So he must have said something really, really bad to get ejected from that game. Eagles fans might remember this, maybe not, but I do.
Yeah.
He must have said something pretty vile to get ejected from a
Yeah,
game like that.
the thing I get worried about CJ Gardner-Johnson, he's statistically like one of the worst tacklers. Like he has a lot of missed
Yeah,
tackles. Um,
because he focuses on hitting big more than he does on
yeah,
actually like
and
wrapping them.
the thing about the Bills, they've changed so much. They lost
Yeah,
Sean McDermott's out, and Bobby Babbitt's the defensive coordinator's out. Those are the two biggest defensive guys on the team, and now they've got new
yeah,
guys. And it's a completely new system where the previous system was built on bend but don't break. Right? If you want to score on us, you're going to have to string together a 12, 13 play drive, and we don't think you can do that. And that was the issue.
okay.
The way they're building this team, it seems like they're more hunting for the big play, right?
Yeah.
There are going to be more moments where they drop a 60-yard bomb and scoring touchdown on the Bills.
Oh yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a better look, right? The Bills haven't had a good defense in a few years.
Oh yeah.
And it's kind of felt like the scheme was just not there. Um, Another signing, and then I'm not going to get into the Geno Stone stuff because he's just a backup safety now. But the DJ
Yeah.
Moore move,
I
scares
like
me.
it.
I don't.
I like it.
I like DJ Moore. I don't like what they gave up.
Oh yeah. I see what you
They
mean there.
gave up a second round pick for
Oh
DJ
God.
Moore, who hasn't been that good in 3 years.
Well, he was
He
actually
was
pretty
good
good.
last year, but if you look at the numbers, they've had a steady trail off. They gave up a second
Yeah.
round pick for a not that great anymore wide receiver
Mm.
and a $20 million cap hit.
That's not
That's
good.
brutal.
That's brutal.
It's brutal.
All right. Yeah, that's one thing about the Bills though, they are going through a lot of changes, not just on the field, but off the field. They got a new stadium. Actually, no, sorry. They literally got a new field.
Yeah.
And I actually sorry to go off topic here, but I like this new stadium actually more than any other new stadium in the NFL. I think it's my favorite one. Not because it's more modern or it's because it's fancier, but because it's outdoors. SoFi does that pretty well where they have the roof, but they keep it outdoors, but it's like, eh.
Yeah, not really.
But in an environment like Buffalo where there's snow,
It
you
has to
want
be
an outdoor stadium. It's an advantage for Buffalo. It's more fun to watch, and I think the fans enjoy it more. Though I know a lot of people are saying, "Where's the dome?" And I'm saying, why?
I hate domes.
Why
I
do you
hate
want
it.
a dome? Why do you want a dome?
I hate it. I think every single sports game looks worse when it's indoors.
Exactly. I think, for example, the Caesars Superdome has terrible lighting on it.
Yeah,
I don't like the lighting in there. I
Yeah.
think SoFi Stadium, as cool as it is, it doesn't look great from a TV
I think
standpoint.
any Super Bowl that in the past, and you're not gonna like this, but like Super Bowl 52, like visually it doesn't look that good. And like any of these Super
Yeah,
Bowls that played in a dome just doesn't feel good.
I thought Super Bowl 52. I think I like Minnesota Stadium a lot, actually. Unlike most stadiums, I think Minnesota is one of those places where you actually want the dome in the snow, though,
I mean,
because
I
even
get
though
it.
they're,
I
yeah,
get why
even
they
though because
exist. I'm just
well, why go to Minnesota and play in like negative 25-degree weather every single week? That's not really good for your players.
yeah, no, I'm
That's
not
not,
saying domes shouldn't exist. I'm
yeah.
just saying I prefer
I'm
them in
saying like
winter.
there's certain places that should have domes, like hotter places and really cold places. But a place like Buffalo, where it's known to have snow, does not need a dome. So that's what I think.
Yeah.
I think also a place like Philly, which there's talks of a dome there. No,
Yeah.
just
No,
no.
I
Don't.
will 100% be in
I
attendance
think the
for a
link is
lot of the
perfect.
Bills games this year, or not a lot, probably a game, maybe two. And I
Heck
love
yeah.
it, and they're the best arguably the best fans in all of sports, and I think
I wouldn't say all of
objective.
sports.
I think
I would
I
not
mean
say all
people would say that. I think
I would say
objectively
that
a top 3 environment in
before you
football.
even consider an NFL team, you got to go to college football
That's
first.
true. That's true. That's
You
true.
have Texas A&M, you have Penn State, you have
Yeah, but
Notre
the
Dame,
I think easily a
any
top
SEC
3
school.
environment in the NFL.
Oh yeah,
I think it's
Seattle's up there pretty
Seattle,
high.
Philly, Buffalo.
Seattle, Philly, Buffalo. I like that. Yeah, that's a good
And then
list.
you could say New England, you could say Pittsburgh, but I think those are the 3.
All right, so I want to pivot over here to a sport that I only talk about, but Isaac doesn't. And I know we didn't talk about this one prior, but so there's a new rivalry that my favorite hockey team has gotten into. The Flyers of Philadelphia and the Ducks of Anaheim. And on Wednesday, these two teams faced again. The Flyers ended up winning in shootout. There was a fight in the game. Nick Seeler absolutely crushed. I think it was Jansen on the Ducks. That was fun. But my favorite part about this game is Cutter Gauthier getting clowned on every single time. Even in the Ducks home stadium, Flyers fans still show up there. I think there was some booing. I know the Ducks fans booed Trevor Zegras. But my favorite moment from this game was definitely that Trevor Zegras ended up. Was it Zegras? I think Zegras ended up getting a shootout goal. I could be crazy, though. Now, this whole rivalry has brought some of the best games of hockey to Philadelphia in the last 2 years. You have the 6-0 game in 2024. Yeah, 24, where the Ducks lost 6-0 to the Flyers, and the crowd just – it was the best crowd maybe in all of Philly. It's up there with the Phillies postseason crowd. It's up there with the Eagles crowd. It was one of the best crowds in Philly. Same with the second one that was in Philly. And Cutter was saying that he was excited to go to the game and play in Philly, but it did not seem like it because he laid a goose egg. He sucks. Cutter Gauthier, by the way, is a clown. He is a terrible player. You could say whatever you want about his goal totals and how he has good stats and all that.
Look him up.
He's a snake. He's a terrible guy. He ripped off Philadelphia. And if you don't know what happened, he got drafted by the Flyers and just decided, hey, yeah, I'll play here. Yeah, nope. And then just said no. Ghosted the owner in the World Juniors. And then they traded him away to the Ducks for Jamie Drysdale, who is better than Cutter Gauthier, no matter what you say. And again, I'm not biased, so go Flyers. So, yeah. That's just my little hockey segment there. Just wanted to yap about the Flyers real quick.
We could run like a really quick, like a three, because I have 3 topics really quickly that we could.
Okay. Yeah, I've done 2 topics, but you should probably do some topics.
Yeah. So first off, we got the NBA expansion possibility, which it's awesome. It's awesome because the NBA needs it. The NBA needs the excitement. They need it. And seeing the possibility of a team back in Seattle, obviously there's never been a Seattle team in my lifetime and your lifetime, because they left in 2008, and seeing that come back would just be great because we've seen how great Seattle sports has been, right? The Seattle Mariners last year, like back. The Kraken have been great. I mean, I don't really know how good they've been, but
yeah, the Kraken, they've been a decent franchise. I mean, when I look at Seattle, I think they have some of the best uniforms in the game. I think they have some great players. I just think overall they are a team that, is good for Seattle, and I think the Seattle fans have embraced them, and it's really cool there. And I think a basketball team would go very similar, if not better, than the Seattle Kraken.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Seattle sports, and the fans have been unbelievable, especially with Seattle Seahawks and the Seattle Mariners.
The Mariners have been great.
It's been amazing, and the fans have been so great, and they deserve a basketball team. And what I think is really good, I mean, this is just me being selfish because I love the MLB.
Yeah.
But this means that the MLB would be the only team without 32 teams in the 4 big sports in America, and they would want to keep up. And I know they've had talks about it was Portland, Salt Lake City, Nashville, and Charlotte were like the 4 they were talking about. Even though I think like Santo Domingo, San Juan, Montreal, that would be cool.
They should bring one to Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, an MLB team. Get the Rail Riders out of here.
There shouldn't even be 2 teams in Pennsylvania.
I disagree with that one.
Nah.
Pittsburgh and Philly are the 2 best sports markets. They're 2 of the greatest of all time. I don't care what anybody says, but look at Pittsburgh.
Best sports market.
I would say that they're up there pretty high at least. I think Philly's like second biggest at least in the country. And then Pittsburgh, they're not very big, but they've got a good fan base around them and a lot of success in their lifetimes. Pirates have multiple. The Steelers have tied for the most in the NFL. And the Penguins, I mean, as much as I hate the Penguins, they're a successful franchise. So overall, I think Pittsburgh is one of the most successful sports cities. Philadelphia is one of the biggest markets. So yes, there should be 2 teams in Pennsylvania.
no,
In fact, there should be 2 basketball teams in Pennsylvania, and there's not.
I was messing, but yeah. So seeing this with Seattle is great. Obviously, I don't really care if there's a team in Vegas. I don't care.
No.
But
I
I
listen.
think this is so great for the city of Seattle if this can really happen.
Oh yeah.
Next up, and we could have talked about this in the football section, but I kind of forgot.
It's all good.
Which is a big deal because it's a
Okay.
quarterback change. Justin Fields to the Chiefs. You know,
I mean, it's a temporary QB change, but yeah, it's a
temporary QB
QB
change. Well, he could get Wally.
Um,
Patrick Mahomes could get Wally pipped.
All right. So looking at the Chiefs roster right now, who you got at QB? You got Patrick Mahomes, who's injured for the first few weeks. His backups are Justin Fields, Chris Oladipo, who lost to the Titans, and I don't even know who the third guy is.
What's his name?
Sec. I don't even know who the third. One sec. Chiefs third string. It's Oladipo. Background. No, that's Oladipo.
Yeah, no, I actually really like this pickup for Kansas City, like unironically, because I think Andy Reid can make anybody a solid quarterback.
Yeah, and I think Justin Fields he needs players like that, you know, and he needs people like that. Oh God, you're not gonna know who this is. I doubt you will know who the Chiefs' fourth string QB is.
Clayton Tune.
No.
Nope, not Clayton Tune. Ian Book.
No.
Tell me.
Jake Haener.
Who the hell is Jake Haener?
Out of Washington. He was on the Saints, looks like. Oh, God. Okay, so he's played for the Saints. He was number 3. He's played for the Saints, Fresno State, and Washington. He was, looks like, joined the Saints in 2023. Now he's on the Chiefs. And yeah. This is great.
No, I think Justin Fields will be fine on Kansas City.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
I don't think they're going to be
if he doesn't
good.
get injured, and then Chris Oladipo doesn't get injured, and then I don't even know what will happen if Haener gets injured. Then the Chiefs might not be cooked. But looking right now, you got to look at the Chiefs' opponents who they're going to face in the first few games of the season. If it's at MetLife, they're cooked. That might end their season. Just one game at MetLife is enough to end a season. If it's in
I've seen that
Washington,
with my own 2 eyes many times.
Yes. In Washington, that could be pretty bad too. Obviously, if you go to San Francisco, you have the substation that will definitely tear down their ligaments and could knock all 3 of those quarterbacks out. You never know what could happen there.
Yeah.
But all jokes aside, Justin Fields will be fine. I think the Chiefs will be good. They won't be dynasty good like they have been in the past.
Be a playoff team. The AFC stacked.
Yeah,
the AFC
they'll
stacked,
be mid.
Right? Like, if you really look at it, like, think about it this way. Denver's in, right? The Chargers are better. The Bills are better. The Patriots are
the Raiders
are better. Patriots, the Ravens, the Jaguars, the Texans, the Steelers. Like, there are teams that are better. I don't know about the Steelers, but there are teams that are better. So, like,
any other topics?
Yeah, I got one more.
All right.
And I think you're gonna like this one,
and then we'll do the.
You'll hate it
we'll
depending
do our
on what you
game
think.
that we have planned. You want to do that?
We could do that. You want to do
that? Sure. Let's do your topic first, quick.
Okay. So first, my final topic.
Okay.
Is the change of uniforms for the Tennessee Titans.
God!
They had bad uniforms before, and now they have not very good uniforms now. Actually, okay, let me say, I don't think they have bad uniforms now. I really don't, but I really think the uniforms aren't bad. It's just the fact that they are objectively copying the Houston Oilers colors. That's the big issue.
All right. Well, as a uniform nerd myself, okay. Tennessee Titans. We'll start with their home uniform, the blue, whatever the heck this thing is. The striping on the shoulders is absolutely horrendous. I don't care what anybody says. I don't like the blue within a red and a white stripe, that just 2 blue stripes that just blend in with the whole uniform. it doesn't make sense. Use red stripes there. It's kind of obvious. It's uniforms. It's basic uniform stuff. The white helmet will be fine. I'll be interested to see if they use blue pants with the blue uniform. I would not want them to do that, but they might, knowing NFL teams now. The Lions are one of those examples where they had blue pants and they just wore those and white pants with their white jerseys every game, and they did not wear the gray pants once for like 2 years straight. Their white uniform, we'll start with the all white one. White uniform, white pants. It's the Bills' white uniform, but with powder blue.
I'm looking it up.
It is, the font is the exact same as the Buffalo Bills.
Let's see here. Titans all white uniforms. It is the same font.
It is.
It is a Bills unit. It's just
It
lighter
is
blue.
literally the same font. Here, get that picture up on camera right now.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the one on the far right. That is the Bills with a light blue font. It is the exact same. Now, my favorite combo of which is actually the white with the blue pants. I think that one actually looks decent. I think it's fine. I think it's serviceable. It's better than the all white one for sure. Knowing NFL teams, again, they will probably wear the all white one and probably never even touch the blue pants for the road uniform ever. But you never know.
Yeah. Okay. So
now, wait. One more thing.
Game.
One more thing about these uniforms, quick.
Oh, okay. We'll get to the little game in a second.
The logo. It's bad. So bad.
They got rid of the best part of the logo.
It was a Tesla T with stars and flames, and now it's a Tesla T with stars and a Captain America looking shield.
It's bad. That's the worst part too. That and copying the Oilers. It might
be the worst thing in this uniform set, and that is hard to do. Be worse than the actual uniforms. But okay. We'll play
this is way. I think the whole issue people had with when the Rams switched logos was so overblown. It looks
like the new Microsoft Edge logo.
I disagree. I think the new Rams logo.
I don't think it looks.
It was
bad.
overblown because they had such a great logo and then they made it worse. But it's not that bad.
Yeah, they had a great logo. I think they should have kept that logo. Like it was.
I agree, but I do understand having a rebrand when you move cities.
And for me, I actually don't hate the Rams rebrand either. I actually think the Rams rebrand is nice. I think the uniforms themselves look good. Besides the bone gray one, which is atrocious, I think the Rams yellow pants that they added later on are masterpieces. And that's what makes the Rams uniforms good. If they don't wear the yellow pants, then it's not good. That's just how it works, you know?
Yeah. All right. So now we'll get to the game. And this is
all right.
It's just a fun little thing that we're gonna do here. We're gonna try to.
What are we doing? 5 or 10 players?
I think we do 5, just to keep it quick.
Yeah, just to keep it quick. Okay.
But so the little game we're gonna try to do a game at the end of each episode. I think that's what we're gonna do.
It's like what we did in the first one with the top 5 QBs or whatever.
Yeah. So here we go. So top 5, or we're gonna draft the most hated players in American sports.
Heck yeah.
And do we want to rock, paper, scissors for the first pick?
Sure.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors.
I drew scissors.
All right. I get the first pick. Here we go.
All right, here we go.
All right. So there's a lot of guys you could choose from here.
There's a lot of guys you could choose.
A lot of guys. And we're going current. And you really got to think this one through. But I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, that's a good pick. I like
Patty Mahomes, baby. Give me Patty.
That is a good pick. I think Mahomes is hated for multiple reasons. One, I think he's a little bit cocky at times. I think 2, the sidearm release is something that I hate. And 3, Chris Collinsworth. That's just the whole reason in itself. All right, so my first pick here. We're going to go to baseball.
Okay. Don't take my guy. Please don't take my guy.
We're going to go to a catcher
Oh, not my guy.
He's a little bit older school here. He played for the Mets and the Phillies.
Wait, hold on. Can I guess? Wait, hold on.
You want to take a guess? Who
Let
you
me
got?
take a guess.
You want me to say his number?
Yeah.
4.
Mets and the Phillies? What?
I think he played for the Mets and the Phillies. Could be crazy. One sec, let me look it up.
Am I losing my mind? Mets? I can only think of
He's older. It's
I can only
it's
think
an
of
older
Wilson.
player. Like don't think
Current.
modern. You got to think
Is he,
like
what team's he on
19.
right now?
What team's he on right now?
Is
Oh,
it
he's
gonna
not
give it
playing.
away?
He's not playing right now.
Oh, I thought we were doing current. Whatever, it's fine.
We're doing current. Okay, no, but if we're doing current, then no. But let's do all time.
Okay, all time then? Okay, I don't know who.
All right, ready?
Tell me.
Lenny Dykstra.
Lenny Dykstra? That's a okay.
Lenny Dykstra.
Tell me why.
Well, from what I've heard, he is one of the most hated players of all time by multiple franchises. He was known for getting into fights, just being very chippy. And I just think overall, Lenny Dykstra is a hated player. I could be insane.
Well, I know my next pick, and it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I
All
think
right.
I have a couple. I think I have two guys I have a very good idea for. But we'll do snake
All right.
draft, so you get next pick.
Okay. So I get right now?
Yeah, and we're doing. I guess we're doing all time. So
Yeah, he's widely disliked and held in low regard, according
yeah,
to Google.
I have three
All right.
guys in my
So
head.
ready?
Yeah.
I have some options here. I could go to hockey, which there's a lot of hated players in hockey. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to go to hockey. You're not going to hear this guy, but I'll tell you why. Ty Domi.
Hi, Domi,
Okay.
tell me. Speak to
Okay.
me.
So Domi was a player for the Maple Leafs, and he's one of the biggest fighters in hockey history. Now, the reason why he's hated was he was a dirty player. He was not like a player that does clean hits and fights like that are, clean, but he was a very dirty player. One time, and this is a funny story, he got into a fight with a fan in the penalty
Lamar
box.
Jackson, DK Metcalf.
No, in the penalty box. The fan climbed in and he punched the fan.
What's his name? I gotta look at this. I'll look at this when we're done
Ty
recording.
Domi.
Ty Domi. Okay, I'll get it. All right. Okay, that's an interesting pick. I know my next pick.
All right.
Give me one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
Oh, okay.
Give me Larry Bird.
Oh,
Larry Legend.
okay.
He's only liked by Wisconsin suburban guys. That's it. Everybody else hates Larry.
Yeah, that's true. I personally don't despise him. I think it's cool.
I do because I'm a Knicks guy. But
Oh yeah, of course.
all right, my next pick.
Yeah.
My next pick's
All right,
easy.
you're up.
My next pick's it's an easy pick. Arguably the greatest pitcher of all time.
Oh,
Can you guess him? Yankee
Randy
and a Red Sox.
Yankee and a Red Sox. Clemens.
Yep, Roger Clemens.
That's
Roger
okay.
Clemens.
That's not a bad pick at all.
People hate him. Even many Yankee fans hate him. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Well, if we
I
want to
think that's
stick
a
to
good pick.
Yankees greats, I was gonna say. Actually, you know what? No, I have two picks here. So
I
I'll
have a
start
Yankee
off.
great in my head.
We'll go Barry Bonds.
Really, Barry? Is he that hated? I don't think he's that hated.
I think he's hated. I think he's a hated player.
He's only hated by the Hall of Fame, I think. I don't mind Barry.
I mean, there's a lot of people that will say that, but you don't understand. Like, there's a lot of fans that when he played, he was a hated player when he played specifically.
He was good.
Like,
He was too
on
good.
the Pirates, people hated him when he was on the Pirates. All right,
Yeah.
so my next pick,
Yeah, I have two guys in mind right now.
A-Rod.
Damn it, that was one of them.
I knew it.
Brutal. Brutal.
He is one of the most hated players in the history of not just Yankees baseball,
Yeah.
but baseball.
I think I should have picked him over Clemens.
Yeah, I think so. You wasted one there.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm going to go with one.
I think I have a good one. And one of them's kind of like not expected. My first pick is, so this is what? This is my fourth and fifth. So these are my last two.
All right.
And then after then you get one more. Okay.
All right.
Jose Altuve.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's a good one.
Jose Altuve. Welcome to the team.
Altuve. I mean, what is there to say about Altuve?
Hall of Famer.
Cheater.
Short cheater. Big time cheater.
My mom calls him the
Big time cheater.
Lollipop Guild from like a Wizard of Oz reference because he's so short.
It's like 5'4".
That's a funny thing. Hopefully,
he's a
Jose
great
Altuve-
player, but it's just I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So for my last pick
I
here.
got one more.
Oh yeah, you got one more. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
So this
My
is
bad. I jumped the gun.
You jumped the gun. A little bit jumped the gun. My last pick, this is like a less I guess people don't like think like when they say most hated players, like I don't think they think about this guy. But give me Bill Lambier, 1990s
I don't know
legend
who that is.
for the Detroit Pistons. That guy was an
Okay.
asshole. And he would get into fights all the time. He was just a big body. He would shove people around. He was not a good guy.
Yeah. All right. Okay. That's a good pick then. Okay.
I hate
For my final
hate
pick,
Lambier.
okay. This is one that's either you really like him or you really hate him. A lot of people would say he's overrated, and don't guess. Okay.
Let me think. I'm not gonna guess.
He plays currently on actually my team. Okay.
I mean, I think I know who, right?
Bryce Harper. On the back of my jersey.
Do people hate Bryce Harper anymore?
Not anymore. Not anymore.
They used to hate him.
But they used to despise him.
He's kind of like Manny Machado.
I mean, sure, he's not hated as much anymore, but that doesn't take away from the fact that back in the early 2010s to late 2010s, he was by far the most hated player in baseball, maybe even in sports. I mean, there's an argument for that. And I think there's other players that might be more hated, but Bryce Harper's up there pretty high. So, yeah.
I'm going to give an honorable mention to Shaquille O'Neal.
My honorable mention is Aaron Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez, that's fair. Okay, so what's my 5? So I got Altuve, Bill Lambier, Roger Clemens, Patrick Mahomes, and Larry Bird.
Larry Bird, yeah. For me, I have who was it? It was Domi. It was Dykstra, Bonds, Harper, and then who was the last one? A-Rod, yeah.
All right.
Well, that will do it.
That'll do it, baby.
What do you call this?
Good
Second episode,
right?
Episode?
Hey, I had fun. We'll be back hopefully on Monday, and we'll try to get that episode.
Hopefully.
We'll try to get this episode out. I'll try to. I'm gonna bring my computer with me because I'm going to a place. So it'll be out by tonight.
Yeah. Would you call this the second episode?
I would call this the second episode. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. It's a bit delayed, just a little bit.
A little bit, a quick 7-month break.
We had a recording in the works for the second episode for a while, but
fell through the cracks.
Yeah. It was. We did it. Actually, I was right over there a little bit more, and I recorded on my phone. I also did that for the first episode, but this time I'm on
I got a nice new microphone for my birthday. Happy 15th for your boy.
Yeah, I gotta get me one of those.
Yeah.
At some point, find a good recording setup to use, get a better setup as a whole. But for now, though, that will be it. I'm Ian Fry, joined alongside Isaac Kerner. We out.